Hey everyone, Livy here, back with another video. This time is something completely different. Today, as you can see, there's a spread in front of me. Because it is time for me, well, the time of me filming this, so this video might come out a little later and you guys will see. But at the time of me filming this, it's basically end of March. And that means that I now need to do my 6 months ahead spread. So you guys probably noticed or realized at some point in time I had not posted a year ahead because I do 6 months instead. And the reason why I like doing 6 months ahead is more just because it's a more compressed time and it gives me more to think about in a certain span of time instead of trying to see too far ahead of me. And also just because I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be transparent. I have a lot of mental health related things going on, but one of them kind of relates to like anxiety. So like having to see a whole year ahead and trying to like think about how to act or do or be in that time, it's kind of overwhelming. So I do 6 months. And as you can see, the spread is already drawn out because I have a kind of I've talked about this before, but I'm going to link the video down below again. I have like a long convoluted shuffle method and I didn't think everyone needed to see all of that right now. So, yeah, I didn't do that part, but I already have it out. So this is going to be my 6 months ahead. And I'm using the Northern Animal Tarot today. I wanted to do a different deck, but one of the decks I was working with currently this month. Now, advice for people who like to do spreads like this. Personally, I would always go with a deck that is easy for you to interpret and also a deck that is one that you are most bonded with, kind of. This deck is actually, funny enough, this deck is becoming a deck that I'm getting really bonded to. I could have used, of course, my easy Raven's Prophecy Tarot. That deck's always accurate for me. And I could have even used Guided Hand Tarot, but I figured you guys saw that one for that 9-card spread, which I will also link down below. So I wanted to pick a different one. So here's a Northern Animal Tarot 3rd edition. Now how this is going to work, I'm going to flip these over. This is January. No, wow, we already passed January, Rose. What's going on? This will be April, May, June, July, August, and September. And the one at the bottom here, which is like slightly out of the frame, this is the overall, I guess, theme, you want to put it, for the 6 months to come. So let's get right into this. I also have my tarot journal kind of close by because after this video is filming, I will obviously be putting this information into here. Just so you guys can see, like I know it's so hard. My camera, I could zoom out, but the lighting is not great. See, this was my previous 6 months, right? I did use the Raven's Prophecy Tarot, and this is what it looked like. But now it's time to try with a different deck. So let's see what happens here. So this is for the month of April. Interesting. Oh man. You guys can't see it. Let me put it a little closer. This is the 5 of Swords. Interestingly enough, I'm going to have to look a little deeper into this because interestingly enough, I always get tricked by, what is it? I always get tricked by the 5 and the 7 of both swords and wands for some reason. I always mix those two up. I don't know why. So I need to, I'll look at this in a little bit to see what I think more about the April one, but not liking the vibes of that a bit, not gonna lie. May. Oh, okay. So May is the moon. I have complex feelings about the moon card. Maybe I should start by saying that. I have very kind of complex feelings about the moon card. Um, I I don't know what it is. I have a lot more like negative connotations related to this card because every time it's like popped up for me in the past, it's always been in like I don't know, it's one of those cards that kind of harkens back to my anxiety actually, along with the 9 of swords obviously, but yeah. I don't know how I feel now about May, but I'll sit with that a little more. Okay, but June. Ah, interesting. So June is the King of Pentacles. I kind of find that interesting because June as it is kind of the time where the school year is ending. Like within the first 1 to 2 weeks, the school year ends. And then I kind of go on to a little bit of a vacation. But it's kind of interesting that it says I'm going to have to like work to get to that point. That'll be interesting. Gotta sit with that. July, my birthday month. Oh, wow. Well, that's a nice one. Holy, oh, well, that's a good feeling. I have very complex feelings about my birthday. I realize I haven't I haven't had this channel long enough to talk about that. I have kind of complex feelings around my birthday and birthday month. But it's kind of nice that it'll be the 6 of Wands. That's a pretty good one. And I look so happy in this card in particular. So I think July will be a good month. That's good to know. A victory of some kind. I hope it's writing related, to be honest. But I like this. This is good. July. August. Interesting. 6 of coins. So, you know, that's the like generosity card. Basically, you gotta this more traditional like showing of generosity always makes me think of the Rider-Waite Smith where the dude looks like, here peasant, take your coins. But this one is like much nicer about giving alms to others, giving back, the justice piece, right? The scales balancing out. Interesting though that it'll be my August that I will have to be generous and give back. I wonder in what way. Obviously, sometimes with these month ahead spreads, you don't really know until the month comes how these cards will take into effect. But yeah, August is interesting to think about. I'll need to sit with this one, to be honest. Well, all these I kind of need to sit with, but not looking forward to at least these first ones, not gonna lie. And then, okay, September. Oof, September. Wow, now that's interesting. Usually, right, you wouldn't have like these two always right next to each other, especially because this deck has been shuffled in a lot. But interesting that I go from August to giving back to others to September of actually planting those seeds and waiting patiently for things to grow. I wonder what's coming later this year. That is fascinating. Yeah, that's really interesting that they're right next to each other. It seems almost like later this year, it's slowly, like things are slowly going to get better, but I'm not going to lie, I'm not, I'm not impressed with those months to come for me. These next couple ones are going to be kind of weird. But this is really interesting. I wonder. So now I'm curious then, this card down here, I'm wondering what the vibe of this is then. Let me see. Huh. Interesting. Really interesting. Okay. For those who are not familiar with the northern animal, this is the Three of Wands. The trees are the wands in this case. Three of Wands is a really interesting card for me. I kind of like it a lot. And obviously, for others, it's kind of I don't know if everyone likes this, but it's about like the start of a journey. But what's interesting about this rendition of the card, of course, is that the fox in question is traversing through snow, right? A cold landscape on their journey to something. So it could be the suggestion that it can be exciting. The fox doesn't look like sad or depressed or anything like that. It's just you don't know what's hiding in the snow and on your way, and the trees are bare. So it's like it's still suggesting that there's more that could be, right? Really interesting. So that the overall 6 months to come is a journey of some kind. I mean, it could be a lot of different things for me. But a journey, I hope if it's a journey of some kind, a change of some kind, growing of some kind, I hope that means in my case then that it'll be something good, something maybe that I've needed, some kind of change that's been waiting for a while. And just because I'm curious to see what is written in the actual little guidebook, in this case for the three, I'm going to go here. Oh, moving downhill. Oh, interesting. So this is why sometimes I like to look at the context. So it says, moving downhill through the warm melting snow. So it will be springtime soon, leaving the forest behind and ready for an adventure. Fully packed, things are moving forward. You have everything for this new endeavor. Now take the first step on your planned journey. Wow. Interesting. I think it's whatever is going to start taking place around here is the big bit of why it's the three down here. I have an inkling of a thought of what this could be related to, but then that means I really do need to push myself into action. Really, really interesting. Now, I've done my 6 months ahead, but because I'm using the Northern Animal Tarot, I actually did something different. So I've actually started incorporating the extra cards into the deck. But for this spread, I took them out because I want to use one of these also to go with the overall feel also as like a clarifier maybe. We're gonna see how this goes. I'm trying something different, and it's always so awkward for me to like shuffle in between. But oops, something jumped out. I guess this is the one. It's like, okay. Oh, interesting. For those who don't know, who don't have the 3rd edition, this is one of the new cards that came in this edition. Really interesting that the fairy ring is what jumped. I'm going to put that there. It'll be a part of it. For those who don't know about the fairy ring, I'm going to get to the end. Oh, it's fairyland. It's like the entrance. But what's happening down there is what we call a fairy ring. It's when the mushrooms do that, right? They turn into a circle. This is a beautiful card too, by the way. So fairyland, it says, a moment in the slips of time between light and dark. A flicker of light is seen just off the path, but once you look, it's gone. It's the soft musical laughter that travels on the winds during twilight. A movement just missed. But in the daytime, you might see something that seems like a place where little folk dance or might just live. Do you believe in fairies? Interesting. This is a card of mystery for me. There's mystical forces and things working behind the scenes that could be related to this and the things to come in these. Really fascinating. I'm having an interesting time. I get very meditative. I start thinking. But I do want to circle back to April because unfortunately, April is coming up, this 5. Because I always get the 5 and 7 of both wands and swords interchanged mixed up, I'm also going to look at this. I know most of the cards. That's the funny thing. It's like, I don't know why it's the 5s that trip me up. A raven, hawk, crow have all shared an intense moment of give and take. Not all parties are happy with the overall outcome of the situation. Overcast skies may make stormy situations worse. Not everyone can see clearly and not everyone can win. It's okay to win, but remember how it feels to lose. That's right. Okay. So now that I had a moment to look at them more closely, I feel like for April for me, I think is going to be a time where, yeah, not everyone is going to be happy with the situation of what is to come. And I think it's because April's also a very weird month in general. Work-wise, we do have spring break, but it's kind of when things start rolling really quickly downhill because we're getting ever closer to the end of the school year. It could be related to anything work related to, or it could be family, but I don't always interact as much with my family. So, or at least not these days. So I have a feeling this is probably work related, but I don't know yet what that will mean. But really interesting to see what will come in this case. Interesting. Okay, well, if you stuck around this song, thank you so much for watching me flounder and go through my 6 months ahead. I'm really curious about what's going to start happening this side of the world, but those next 2 months to come are ones I need to ponder on as well, because you always do. And now you guys also know, I will still do, I don't know how many people watch those, to be honest. I guess they're more for me, and I really, I mean, I run my channel hoping that people will see my videos, but I'll be honest, some videos I realize are just for me or like things that I can look back on if nobody else is watching. I'll still do my card of the month video, so I am going to go more deep dive into what I think of this card a little bit more, even though I just examined it a little better, and all the rest of these months. But for now, this is what I have, and thank you all so much for watching. I will see you again next time. Bye!